We're going to load it. Waiting for it to seal.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation.
Welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory 1.0, and on this episode we are going to work on our Phase 2 of the Space Elevator upgrades. And to complete those upgrades, we need to be making, if we have a look at the interface here, versatile framework and automated wiring, plus with the automated wiring we're going to need stators. And with making stators, we're going to need more steel beams. And with needing more steel beams means I need more steel ingots. So I'm going to have to go find another iron node and another coal node to bring over here to increase the size of our steel factory. And then we are also going to have to increase our power as well. Currently, our coal power generation is only using Mark 1 miners and Mark 2 conveyor belts. Well, we need to upgrade that up to Mark 2 miners and Mark 3 conveyors. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to work on is our coal power generation. And currently right now, I've gone and I've upgraded these miners to the Mark II miners. But I haven't upgraded the belts yet. They're still just Mark II belts feeding our current power generation because I really don't have enough room here to add any more of the coal generators. I can't get any more water out of here. This is all going to be really tight for how this is set up. So the first thing we got to do is we're going to have to transport our coal out of here and over to somewhere where we have access to some waters. I have our first line of coal coming over from where our coal distribution was, way over on the far side of the map there. We have 270 items per minute. It's running down, feeding all into these splitters, all underneath our 18 power generators we have set up here. And then we have 3 water extractors set up, and wow, these power generators are good and loud, aren't they? But now we're cooking with some power here now off of this one setup that we've got set up here. So I need to do this now 2 more times with our additional nodes of coal that we've got set up over there to be able to generate more power. And we see what we're sitting at. We're up to 2,550 megawatts of power now, so 2.5 gigawatts of power, max consumption of 1.7. We're going to boost this up. We're going to add 2 more full lines here. And just like that, we now have 3 full conveyor lines running Mark III at 270 items per minute of our coal heading into, what do we got? 18, 36, 46, 54 generators we have running here now, making a total of 4.05 gigawatts of power, all off of 9 water extractors. And now we are cooking with enough power here to be able to upgrade our steel production, because now I need way more steel ingots. So we're going to have to go on a walkabout now and find some coal that we can send back to our main factory. And I believe I have another iron node over there that we can get to. So easiest way to get back is kill ourselves, right click, and we are back after completing a walkabout from this forest off to the west here, where I can't for the life of me remember what the actual name of the forest is. But it's got kind of these reddish trees and stuff up here. There is some coal up there. We're bringing a line. We found a normal node right there. I've got it overclocked to 270 items per minute. It's cruising down this way. And just really close to where our starter factory is. I did find another hard drive, which was just down at this crash site right here. I haven't scavenged for any of the parts yet, but I did grab the hard drive from there. We run down here. This heads in underneath where our steel manufacturing is all being done. And then there was another pure node of iron here that we weren't using yet. I've taken that pure node of iron and got that overclocked to 270 items per minute. So we've got iron and coal, and we head up now over to the top side of our factory. This is kind of the underbelly where I'm kind of hiding all of the conveyors and stuff, just because I don't want to have to look at it all. They are all just tucked underneath the base here. So then we've got our 2 conveyors coming up this way. They shoot right across to this next level up here, where we've got these foundries set up that are making our steel ingots, and then from the steel ingots we're heading into more constructors over here, and these constructors are making our steel beams, of which now all of the steel beams are going into storage over here once the line and everything all kind of gets caught up to everything over here, of which I should probably upgrade some belts here now that we've added another 67 items per minute on this. I'm just going to crank up the output side so we can get all of this product moving much faster. Alright, there we go. So this is our ingot storage, or this is where all of our steel beams are actually being stored. And then we're using steel beams up top, but we're using nowhere near the 100, I think it's 101.75 steel beams we're making now. So next, it's, I guess we got to look at stator manufacturing. We're going to have to build a stator plant up top there. If we look at an assembler here real quick, let's throw one on the ground and have a look at that recipe again. We are selecting stators. So this is steel pipe and wire. What did I need? Oh, you know what? I needed the beams for, we look at this recipe. Versatile framework. This is where I needed all the extra beams. So I knew I was doing the steel beams for a reason. I just totally forgot what it was. Well, in all, the stator production was relatively easy to build. We have our pipes coming up through a conveyor hole through here. Pipes are feeding through into our 2 assemblers we have set up. And then I have copper wire coming in as well. And we are making a total of 10 stators per minute off of 2 assemblers, and right now we're just dumping them into storage, and as you can see, I just got it turned on. So stator production is flying along. What this looks like logistically from the underside, if we leap down here, we have our steel pipes coming straight up and into a conveyor system that's feeding in through the floor out of our storage container here for the pipes. And then our copper wire is coming over from our copper manufacturing, and it's just a underfloor conveyor system that runs through and into that elevator. So relatively simple little factory making stators. I'm not sure how many more stators we're going to need other than that to initially get going. But now the next thing that we've got to do is we got to build our 2 components that we've got to feed into the space elevators. So the tricky part about pulling all of these materials from across different parts of the map is nailing down exactly what we want our logistics to look like for this, and not making it a huge spaghetti pile of goo. So that's kind of my goal that I'm working at right now, is making sure that I can make this somewhat functional, of which I'm not entirely sure I'm pulling it off that well. You know what? I'm going to have to turn these lines around the other way, because for... what are we doing? We're doing versatile framework on this one. So, steel beams got to come from that side. So we're going to, spin this around so that the input is coming in from the opposite side. And then our modular frames are coming from over at the iron factory, which is over on that bit. So we just have to make sure we got our splitters and everything all facing the right direction. So we've got proper flow. And then for here, I'm just going to go with a conveyor hole, which will drop right there. I am just feeding it this way as a Mark III for room for future growth. And then we'll just go Mark 1 from... Did I select Mark 1? There we go. If I could click properly. Mark 1 through each of these. And then I'm going to go with Mark 1... How many beats? Yes. We're going to go Mark 1... Conveyor elevators down to that. Now, you see how this is just a squat little elevator? As long as you click on this one here, it actually doesn't matter which way we go. If you've got your splitters a little bit closer to the machine, if you click on the splitter first, it will easily lock in and give you this squat little 2-high elevator, which just gives it a much cleaner build than a sloped conveyor down into the assembler. So just a little trick, a little tip that you can hopefully improve some of your builds with. Logistics. Let's grab the rest of that from down here. We're just going to grab another elevator, click that in on the underside. And I've already got the modular frames already coming from over here. Where is that line? So we're just going to back this up a bit. It's weird working on this from a top-down view. And if we switch to straight, we get that nice 90-degree straight conveyors. Easily the best thing they ever did was having that straight option, so you could get these perfect 90 degrees all the time. And then, of course, the under mount conveyors just make that so clean. I do have a little bit of clipping over here, but eventually, once everything's all built, that's all going to be hidden anyway, and you're not going to be seeing it. And then when we come over this way where we're pulling our modular frames, this is a tad bit gross. Because we're coming out of this splitter, it's going along over here. I'm going to figure out why it's running so slow this way. And you know what it is? It's because the main line in is not running that fast. There we go. I should actually be pulling this from our storage, but I think I need to actually do building with the modular frames on a more regular basis. So I want to make sure I have that storage readily available to me. So we're actually pulling it right off of this splitter. Of course, this splitter's not doing anything unless I take something from that container. And then we're going to be hampering our amount of modular frames that are going to be coming out of here. But I'm making 10 modular frames per minute right now. And our versatile framework's only going to be using 5 of those per minute. So I'm still overproducing. And even if it does split, eventually we're going to get smart splitters. And I'll be able to set it to overflow. So allow, the feed that's going out to various pieces of equipment, that runs all the time. And then when it's full, dump into the storage container on overflow. And I can set up another overflow line that goes into a awesome sink at some point if I want to have everything all running at once. Okay, so that's the modular frame end of it. Let me get some beams over here. All right, running the beams over here was super easy because we just pulled them off of our encased industrial beam line. The excess overflows just shooting out this way. It runs back over top of our output side of our encased industrial beams and then into the input side of our versatile framework. We now just need to power this up. And then we will need to add some conveyor systems that go down and feed it into our space elevator. All right, as you can see here, we have our versatile framework is coming out into these two, or we're merging them together, the two assemblers. That's getting fed by a conveyor all the way down to our space elevator. We are manufacturing a total of 5 per minute of the versatile framework. But you know what? I'm not entirely sure. What do we need? I think it's like 1,000 versatile framework. It is 1,000 versatile framework. So your 1,000 divided by 10 per minute is 100 minutes. Divided by 60. Nope, not times by 60. Divided by 60. Just over 1.5 hours to be able to make all of the versatile framework that we need to be able to fill that section. This was another relatively simple production line. We're taking our stators off of this conveyor line here. They're shooting this way into 2 additional assemblers. We're only running 2 assemblers right now because I'm only actually making about 135 copper cabling per minute right now. And this is actually consuming 100 of them right now. So we don't have enough for really an efficient 3rd or 4th machine here. But we do have 2 going, which works out to 5 automated wire per minute that we are making out of this. And so we've got our cabling. It's just like right here is where our cable production is. So it's just coming up, elevated straight into here, and then splits off and loads the machine. And then our stators are coming in from that way. Then it just shoots down this little conveyor system here. Runs down and into our space elevator all the way down at the bottom here. And how many of the automated wiring? We only need 100 of the automated wiring. That's going to take no time at all, even at 5 per minute. We're still going to be waiting for versatile framework well into when this is done. But we are so close. We're just waiting for this to fill, and phase 2 of project assembly is done. Now, one thing we can work on while we are waiting for our space elevator components to fill up is we got a little bit of MAM Research that we can look after. Let's look at alien megafauna. I don't think there's anything that we can do here. No, we're not making crystal oscillators yet, and we're not making high-speed connectors. Alien tech, though, over where our new coal power plant is out near that coast, there was a SAM node there. So strange alien matter. We do have some of that now, so we are going to start doing some of this research.
Strange alien matter analysis completed. Dormant crystalline SAM can now be found with the resource scanner. In its dormant state, it is safe to handle without special equipment and can be stored indefinitely. Research for enabling the reanimation of dormant SAM is now available.
Fill the rivers with blood and let the effigies defile our temples. The sun will follow.
That is just creepy. That is creepy. Fill the rivers with blood. Okay, that just... Alright. SAM reanimation is our next one. And it takes 20 SAM ore for that. We're going to get that done.
SAM reanimation recipe unlocked. SAM can now be safely awakened, provided it is contained. Meaning, if not contained in special electromagnetic storage, it tends to start breaking atomic bonds of any matter it has physical contact with, and reconstructing it into easily transportable resources.
Scripture and blood compose harmony. Follow our hallowed temple halls and listen to the echoes of your ripples. Our bones are more beautiful than yours.
That. This is definitely going to be building towards that whole storyline. I wonder if that's something that we can actually... Yes, we can handcraft these. I don't have the room in my inventory right now to do that, but we'll be able to take care of those here really quick. Alien tech, what do we got here? We're going to be needing to handcraft those... What are those things called again? Reanimated SAM? That's... Yeah, okay. And we're going to need a bunch more for this. We're going to have to make a whole pile of that. At some point, I will have to get a production line done up for the reanimated SAM. And then we're diving into... like computers here to be able to get this one offset. So like that's still a ways away. This here's going to need a circuit boards for it. So we're a little bit here for the production amplifier and for the power augmenter. Power augmenter is going to be really good because that's like an instant 500 megawatts of power added to our power grid. And then also I think it's a 10% increase in your current power production. So it's just basically free power. All right, ran over and crafted up some of the, what are these things called? The reanimated SAM. I don't know why I'm struggling with remembering that, but we have that crafted up. Let's start that research.
SAM fluctuator recipe unlocked. The fluctuator can mimic unique communication through patterns of electric frequencies to instruct reanimated SAM to perform specific tasks or give specific restrictions, such as matter-to-energy conversion. It can also function as matter memory, reading the exact composition and state of a collection of matter in one location, breaking it down, and near-instantly reconstructing it in another location, which has incredible potential for smart storage.
Your threads shift solid to fluid to a tapestry. Matter, and mind and melody.
SAM fluctuators is what we've got to be able to make next. I'm not sure if that's something that I can handcraft at all. SAM fluctuators, yes we can. Let's craft up a few of those and see what we end up with. And did that make enough of that? No, I need 11 of those to be able to advance that. Over here I need 10, so that's 21 of those we're going to need. And then there's like the whole tree. I'm actually looking forward to the Dimensional Depot because the Dimensional Depot is going to be able to... It's basically like an extra back pocket for your inventory where you can be feeding materials into that, and then you have access to your raw materials. Like you can have concrete being fed in there. You can have like all different types of materials being fed in there. And you don't have to constantly come back to your hub to be able to gather more materials. So it's basically transporting goods available to you while you're out building your base and building your factories. Continuing with our mycelia research, I have gone and handcrafted a little bit of cloth, so we're going to get this research done.
Parachute unlocked. Fix-It appreciates your willingness to descend rapidly to perform your duties, but damaging Fix-It property is a breach of contract and will have unpleasant consequences. Improve descent efficiency by combining the forces of gravity and drag with a parachute.
Alright, the next one we can do is expanded tool belt. Start that research.
Tool belt expanded. The latest data indicates that the mycelia possess sentience. Don't worry, we have been given permission to harvest and repurpose their remains.
Now it's nutrients we're dealing with, and we are going to finish our nutrients tree completely.
Nutritional inhaler recipe unlocked. Using this inhaler will restore health, and also gives your skin a radiant glow that is connected to well-being and probably not radioactivity.
Probably not radioactivity. That's amazing. All right, next, under the quartz tree, we have our shatter rebar research that we can do.
Shatter rebar unlocked. These quartz-infused rebars fracture when fired, launching deadly debris in a wide spread. Fix-It does not condone the use of such violent methods, so make sure there are no witnesses.
Make sure there's no witnesses. That's fantastic. I don't have enough of the quartz crystal to be able to do the crystal oscillator yet. I don't have any silica on me. I'm actually out of the raw quartz materials. We'll have to get some quartz production lines here set up here relatively soon. And then explosive resonance, we haven't done that yet. We still need crystal oscillators for getting the Explorer done. And then, of course, these are unknown until we get the crystal oscillator unlocked. Continuing with our sulfur tree, we do have black powder that we're going to research. Get that out of the way.
Research completed. Black powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available.
We can also get experimental power generation unlocked as well. So we're going to select that research and get that going.
Research completed. Experimental power generation research options are now available. These may enhance performance of other fuel sources.
And while we're at it here, because I do have some hard drives on it, we're going to unlock our compacted coal as well.
Compacted coal unlocked. It is physically smaller and more powerful, but its carbon footprint remains enormous. This fuel upgrade can be used in coal-powered generators and vehicles.
So now we need to work at building up our black powder selection. So we'll have to find a sulfur node somewhere and some coal and get some black powder and everything all manufacturing. And then eventually we'll be able to break down into making the smokeless powder. And then we'll get explosive rebar and cluster nobelisks, as well as the rifle. I am kind of looking forward to the rifle. To get that little increased damage. And then, of course, there's more research yet that we haven't unlocked here. Turbo fuel, we're not making any canisters yet, so that's still a little ways off before we can pull that off. All right, the last thing we can do, because I do have some hard drives on us, is I'm going to crank out a bunch of hard drives here while we're waiting for the rest of those parts to go into the space elevator. I just got a notification that one of those hard drives is done. Let's see what we get for an alternate recipe. We got alternate steel rotors, which is pipe and wire. And then we have alternate steam copper sheets. Yeah, let's rescan that hard drive. Let's go with something else. Bolted iron plates or steel cast plates. Let's go with bolted iron plates. We're going to select that one. And we are going to get our next hard drive going. Scan. Yeah, that first roll on the recipes was kind of meh. So we'll see how things go with this hard drive. And hopefully we can get... I want the pure ingot. So pure iron, pure copper, pure deuterium, pure quartz. Because that's your highest production of ingot manufacturing. Because you can run it all through refineries. So those are like really important recipes that I'm really hoping that we can get here sooner than later. Another hard drive has completed. One thing you'll notice on the MAM Researcher is there's this screen up in the top right hand corner here. When you have a completed hard drive, it has this circle with a little check mark in it, and you'll notice that the hard drive has disappeared inside this reading chamber. So we're going to come back here. We're going to grab our recipe. What do we got? We got alternate fused quick wire and alternate fused wire. We're going to re-roll again. We got compacted steel ingots, which actually I kind of like this one because it uses less coal. This might be a good one. So I'm gonna grab that one. And we're going to grab the next hard drive. Get that started scanning. That's now scanning away. But you'll now see this screen here has modified and changed to a hard drive, a little search icon, and a question mark. And then if you look inside this window here, you can see the damaged hard drive in there that it is trying to recover data from. So just some little graphical things that you can have a look at on the MAM Research that kind of let you go what's going on. And it's a quick little visual, hey, where am I at with that hard drive? Well, it does have a little status bar that moves along as it gets completed. So things you can kind of look at as you're quickly walking past your base. Our last hard drive is finished here. Let's see what we get for recipes. We've got deuterium wire and alternate charcoal. Let's re-roll those. I'm not thrilled about either of those. Basic iron ingot, which is what? Limestone and iron combined to make iron ingots. That's kind of weird. Cast screws. I do like the cast screws. You get a ton of screws for that. And it's direct from ingots to 20 screws. I'm going to go with cast screws. All right, it's now the time. Have we finished filling up the space elevator? Let's run down here and have a look. It is complete. We have our smart plating. We have our versatile framework. We have our automated wiring. We're going to load it. Waiting for it to seal.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and Fixit's faith in you will be strengthened.
All right, after that little presentation provided by Fixit and Ada on our Phase 2, it's time to launch and have a look at the animation for this. Here we go. We're watching it happen. There we go. It's launching. Oh, the animations on this are amazing. I love every minute of this. This is fantastic. All right, it's building, it's expanding. The space
Phase 2
elevators.
of project assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of project assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fix-It.
These animations are so cool. Look at that. That's freaking amazing. Of course, I've got the sun shining in there. That looks so awesome. There's like moving parts and stuff up there. Space elevator is back. So Phase 2 is now complete. But you can see there's like a rail car or something that's like moving around on that. This is so cool. There's like docking terminals now for ships. That is freaking amazing. Thank you, Fix-It, for Coffee Stain for... Oh, this game is so much fun. Alright, guys. I hope you have enjoyed... You know what? This is like screen capture worthy right here. We're going to grab that. Guys, reach down, hit that like button on the video. Leave a comment. Let me know, have you been playing Satisfactory 1.0? And if you haven't, why not yet? Like, seriously? This is the greatest game in the world? Subjectively. Yeah, so leave a comment. Let me know. Reach down, hit that subscribe button if you could. And you can also kind of a little bit over from that. Ring the notification bell so you can be notified when I have uploaded a new video. With that all said, you guys have an amazing day. And we will see you in the next episode. Damn, that's so cool.